You're welcome back. If you're just tuning in, you're watching Ways. According to a report, The Better Africa, tracing the success and failure of African startups, by Weetracker, a Pan-African research company in collaboration with GreenTec Capital Africa Foundation, the rate of Nigerian startup failure is at 61%, the highest among the top 3 biggest tech ecosystems and investment destinations in Africa. Although financing is crucial to the survival of the business, the Weetracker report revealed that there were other factors involved. Even when they get external funding, the report shows that the majority of startups face casualty after the seed stage, amounting up to 69%. Startups that also receive grants and non-equity assistance also face shutdowns. So if access to finance does not guarantee business success, what does? Please assess what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-8038-4663. Abayomi Adewomi is a business development consultant with vast experience working with small and medium enterprises. He's also a fellow of the Institute of Management Consultants and a certified management consultant of the International Council of Management Consulting Institutes. He's the managing director at Global Leadership Institute, a management consulting firm that has its headquarters in Lagos with an operational presence in Ghana, Kenya, Rwanda, UK, and the USA. He recently just got recognized as one of the 100 Royal African Youth Leadership Forum ambassadors, which was awarded by His Imperial Majesty Oni Adeyeye Ogunwusi, the paramount ruler of the Asian Kingdom of Ife. Abayomi is passionate about reducing the mortality rate of business in Africa. Hence, he created Business Growth Masterclass, where he trains prospective and established business owners on entrepreneurship so that they can enhance their capacity to build and grow their businesses. This free monthly training is held in more than 8 states of Nigeria, enabling him to reach over 2,500 business owners physically and thousands virtually. He currently serves in advisory positions to several businesses in different sectors and still blogs frequently on topics that concern enterprise leadership and development. Now, before we bring him in, I'd like to just hear his opinion. What do you think is the #1 problem stopping small businesses from growing? So you've heard the stats. Mm-hmm. In your opinion, what do you think is the major problem?
Lack of financial education, basically.
Wow.
To me, that is paramount, because even if you're given the monies to start the business, do you understand how to use it, to grow it, to achieve success in your business? That is paramount to me, basically.
Wow. What you've said is very key. So aside, the funds, is actually the knowledge, the capacity.
Yes, absolutely.
To use it.
To use it.
I think we've had just the right person to discuss this with, because he has actually led so many businesses. Welcome, Abayomi. Welcome back.
Absolutely.
Welcome back, because you were with us after the
COVID.
No, the vandalism.
Yes,
and we talked about how business. Well, welcome. We're very happy to have you back.
It's nice to be back with you people.
Nice color, though. I do love the color.
My wife chose it.
Good. That's good choice. You would know. So let's come back to business successes. You've seen what we've read. If you ask an average an average SME on the street, or you take a poll, the first thing you would hear is access to finance. That's the first thing. That the reason why this business, I've taken it somewhere, but the reason why it's not going is because of money. But before we go there, I'd like you to define what a successful business is for us first and foremost. Why would you say a business is successful?
Okay, so good evening, everyone. It's nice to be here. For every opportunity I get to talk to business owners, aspiring entrepreneurs, I welcome it wholeheartedly, because it's an opportunity to shape the future. When you say what does success mean for business, I believe it's not a question that you can say this is it. It differs from individual to the other.
Okay.
But I think over time, what makes people look back and say, oh, this business has been successful, is sustainability. You say something and say since 1935, since 1956, since
True.
18 something. So you know that, okay, this business has gone through generations. They've gone through ups and downs, and they are still here today. So I don't think there is one metric to be able to say, oh, this business is successful. It's something that you see in hindsight. It's not something you see as it's going on.
So it's not buying new car, putting it on Instagram.
No, it's not even raising millions of dollars.
Wow. It's not raising wow.
Even data has shown that most companies that raise millions of dollars, many of them go on.
Like we've just read in our intro. So
Yes.
I would want to ask you, if finance is not what we need to make a business success, what, in your opinion, is that thing that businesses are lacking?
Let me make it clear. Money is essential.
Okay.
Money is essential. I would not sit down here and tell anybody otherwise. That would be just giving people some kind of us shit.
Okay.
So, because money is important in running the business. So the problem is not that money is not important.
Okay.
The major thing we should rather be discussing is, and most of the time when business owners, or even as humans, we take things on our surface level eyes, what we can see. So that's what we talk about. So the problem is not that money is not an issue. It's more of they are treating the symptoms, not the root cause. So, and the root cause could differ from business to business. What is important in the same business, what was important 2 years ago is no longer important now.
Wow. Okay.
So, but money is something that quickly exposes. Lack of money is what that quickly exposes
the other flaws.
the other flaws. Oh, I don't have money, that's why I've not done this. I don't have money, that's why I've not done this. So it makes it very easy for people to just say, oh, that's my excuse. But there are so many things, and at different stages of your business, you would have different things that could be causing decrease in revenue, could be causing customers drop off, could be causing a whole lot of problem in the business.
Okay.
Okay, if I may now step in, please. I need to also, first of all, congratulate you on, your recognition by the ONI, Adeyeye. So I need to say congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Secondly, business in Nigeria, we all know that the terrain is harsh, basically. And one of the key traits of, running a successful business in Nigeria is to have a clear analytic view of the business, and also sometimes to have a cunning mindset. So what is your take on that?
So when you say cunning mindset,
yes, especially we know, like I said, Nigeria is harsh. So do you think we should have a cunning mindset in Nigeria?
Okay, so when you say cunning mindset, I'm guessing you mean
not 419. No, I'm not saying it in 419 context. I'm saying to run your business successfully, do you have to develop a cunning mindset?
Okay, so I think for every situation you meet yourself, when you're in Rome, you behave like Romans.
Wow.
And I've consulted for quite a number of clients who are outside the country, want to set up in the country, and many of them say, running a business in Nigeria is hard. I say, yes, it's hard, but some people make it work for them. So the problem is not shouting about the fault. Yes, we know it could be better. So for you as an entrepreneur, for you as a business owner, what you sit every day, what gives you the right to call yourself an entrepreneur is your ability to solve problems. And those problems are going to come to you. So when you say, I've opened shop, I'm now a CEO, what you have said is, I've suddenly developed the capacity
to solve problems.
And I have the confidence that I'm going to solve all the problems that come to me. So when you talk about running a business in Nigeria, I think the most important thing is you need to be flexible.
Good.
You need to be flexible. You need to be in the right circle. I cannot overemphasize that. There's nothing like me alone. You need to be in a circle.
Collaboration.
Because it's very key. Because at the end of the day, that is how you can spread your risk. That is how you can have a united voice. That is how you can even shape customers' attitude. I know you said that before I came on here. Shaping customers' attitude is like trying to change an industry. And that takes you to be a mover and shaker in the industry. So you must be able to influence things. So yes, I would not call it a cunning mindset, but I'll call it, you need to be flexible enough. So you need to listen attentively, but more importantly, you need to act fast. You need to measure
and remeasure.
Remeasure importantly on the go, so that you can correct yourself, you can course correct, you can go back to the table. By the time you get to the market, everything you thought you knew will suddenly
disappear.
Poof. A policy will change everything for you. So rather than crying, going back into your shell and crying back to mommy and daddy, oh, the environment is not nice, do you have any other place to run to? So you sit down and say, okay, how else can I tackle this? So that goes back to my initial point. Solving problem is the number one task of a business owner.
So can I?
Okay, no, it's okay. You can do a follow-up question.
One quick one. You talked about being flexible, and you talked about the circle of influence. So what is the role of networking in creating a successful business in Nigeria currently?
Okay, it's even in living your life.
It's key.
Networking is key, because if you are not there, you cannot ask them how it was shared.
Yes, that's a key point.
So you need to constantly be putting yourself out there. What are you putting out there? How are you educating your people? So somebody put up a post, I think, earlier in the year, and I never knew. I told him about 4 years ago, I said, I think I bought a laptop from him, and I noticed that on his WhatsApp status back then, not many people use WhatsApp status like this now. I noticed that on his WhatsApp status, what I see mostly are just beautiful girls who are his friends. Okay. And I told him, I said, are you marketing women, or do you want to make money? I said he wanted to make money. You're not using your social media well enough. And then he changed. Then he wrote it on his content and said, thank you, Abayomi, for what you said 4 years ago. I've made a lot of money from it.
Good.
I think yesterday somebody was telling me, my wife was telling me, and she said, somebody put it out there and said, if people still call you by your name and they don't call your business name, that means you're doing something wrong. You're not using your social media well enough. So I think networking is very key. And now it's very interesting. You don't need to even go out there all the time. You know somebody you want to connect with, share their content, engage with their content, strategic commenting on it, put something very intelligent, they will respond to you. That way you're connecting, you're putting your content out there to people. So networking cannot be over-analyzed or over-discussed. It's very key.
Okay, so let me take you back to what you were saying about businesses knowing that they're different. So aside funding, access to finance, that there were other root causes. So the money was revealing the root causes. What is the place of a business plan in all of this? If I have a business plan and I planned it, I came to you, Abayomi, and I say, Abayomi, I want to, do something. I want to maybe sell children's clothes, for example, and we roll out a plan. Would that guarantee my business success?
Capital, no.
Wow.
Okay, so.
That I planned it.
Okay, this is one of the things I tell people. Your business plan is useless. Business plan is useless. And this, many people in my industry will not like to hear it, because yes, I'm a business planning expert. I've developed business plans for multinationals, for companies, for small startups.
You're shaking tables here.
Business plan is useless. Now, get me right when I say business plan is useless. The document in itself is useless without the process. So business plan is useless in itself without the business planning process. And that's when if you ever see my name anywhere, I will never say I'm a business plan expert. I'm a business planning expert, because business is an ongoing concern. So when you sit down somewhere and you put together a document for somebody who has no idea of what you're putting together, there is no agility in it, no flexibility in it, and you get it out there, I can assure you that in this fast-paced changing world, by the time your business plan is ready, the market reality has changed.
Wow.
So what happens? You have a well-crafted, beautifully arranged, graphically illustrative business document that is never going to be useful and is going to gather dust on the table. So in itself, business plan is not the alpha and omega of your business, but business planning is key. And that's why I tell people there are two schools of thought about business plan. There's a school of thought that will tell you that business plan is like the most important thing you must do. If you don't do it, you cannot be successful. Then there is another far extreme that will tell you that just do it. In the word of a popular sportswear brand,
just do it.
Just do it.
Just start.
Just start.
Just start.
You don't need any document. That is in the 50s. Nobody needs a plan again. Those are too extreme. I'm more of in the middle, and which I say, the business plan doesn't have to be 100 pages of voluminous thing. A business plan could be as simple as 2 pages, where you just have the core essentials written out on heading, and you take your time to go through it. Now, the document in itself is not as important as what happens to you in the process. In the process of putting together your plan, you are forced to think, and that's what many business owners don't like.
Okay.
You are forced to think, what is my value proposition? Who exactly am I selling to? Who are my competitors? Who are my primary competitors right now? Who are my secondary competitors? Now, they are not your competitors yet, but they could become your competition. Who are my tertiary competition? They are not even in your industry today. But they have the resources, they have the manpower, they have the ability to switch and take over your market.
Wow.
How big is my market? Because people talk a lot about the gap in the market, but not many people talk about how marketable is the market. How commercial is that gap?
About me, I will stop you there because I said that you're continuing, but we'll come back after the break. And I want us to stay on the business plan because you're making very valid points about, you're shaking the foundations of what we know about business planning.
Yes.
But we would come back to that. So hold that thought and we would come back shortly after the break. If you just tuned in, we are with Abayomi and we're discussing what guarantees business success. So, Abayomi, before that, let's hear what you're saying. Remember, you can join this conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-8038-4663. So you were talking about business plan and then we did break off. Then I want you to continue because you were trying to list out the elements in the business plan. So,
okay, so welcome back. Most importantly, what I said there, and let me clarify, I'm not of the two school of thought of where that business plan is, a written business plan is one
holy grail,
voluminous holy grail you must do, or that, because we've seen it all. We've seen people that have wonderfully written business plan, well researched, data available and backed. But if the implementation does not go with it, it will just be another document gathering dust on your shelf. And that's why it's called a business planning process, not a business plan in itself. Because your business plan is continuously iterated. You get the business plan today. Do you have a monthly meeting while you sit down with your executive team and you say, even if you are the only executive team, what is the plan? What is the vision? Who is the market yesterday? Who is the market today?
Wow.
What are the factors that are affecting my market? What are the things I need to change to going on? So it's a whole lot of moving parts.
It's a continuous process. So you never really, what you're saying in essence is that you're never really done with a business plan. You are never really done with a business plan. What you do at the beginning of the business is more of, okay, you know what? I don't have the time to sit on gathering all the data. I need somebody to work with me. And that's what I advocate for business owners, especially if you're starting as an SME. You need to be involved in the process. If you see anybody out there telling you that, I want to do a plan for you, and you just go and sit down and you collect it later, run away. So that means that the owner of the business must be involved in the business planning process. Wow. Before you go on, you talked about building flexibility into the business. What does that mean? How do you build flexibility into the plan? So how do you build flexibility into the plan is more of research, understanding and anticipating. We have something in the business plan we call risk mitigation plan. We have a risk matrix where you look at, okay, there's a risk matrix that you should have in your business, which looks at the likelihood of an event happening, the severity of that when it happens on a matrix, on a scale. So you now list out all the possible risk in your business. If you're running a business that holds a lot of stock,
definitely you know that one of the risks you should be looking ahead is stealing.
Yes.
Inventory management.
Yes.
Then that's when you need to sit ahead and decide, okay, how do I reduce this to the barest minimum? Okay, I need to employ technology. Your risk mitigation plan is in effect. Okay, my business is heavily dependent on physical infrastructure. What are the risks associated with that? Burglary, theft, fire, natural disaster. Then you need to sit down, what's my business continuity plan? Okay, if I have my business physically in a space, how do I ensure that most of my documents are stored in the cloud, such that if there's any issue that happens in our store, we can still serve
I think we talked about this, yes, the last time, yes.
So your risk mitigation plan is very key, very important for you. This is how you can build agility into your business plan, because you can foresee some things happening and you're already making provisions for it ahead of time. And that's why you have people talking about, you must have heard of the acronym PESU. Do you have PESU in your business plan? And that's what people talk about: political, economic, security, technology, legal, and environmental hazard. How does all this affect your business? So that is how to build agility into your business. How to build agility into your business, also understanding that your market is never a stagnant entity. Because it consists of human beings who are very volatile in our preferences.
Exactly. I agree with you.
Me and you both know that we are not loyal.
Anyway, well, in that way, we are not loyal.
Customers are not loyal. We are only loyal to the client.
You're right.
To what is,
I think to the interest, to what is holding us. I think Issy wanted to go with a question.
Yes, I wanted to go with a question basically on internet. Now, we have issues of technology currently. I like the fact that you also talked about PESU, political, economical, you know. Now we have a political issue, which is on Twitter ban, you know. So how do you think the small businesses or businesses we know in Nigeria currently are working towards, they've tried to sell their businesses via Twitter. They've been, you know, trying to promote their businesses through Twitter. But currently they have a political problem which has, you know, put a hold on
a ban. Okay, no, sorry, a hold. Indefinite suspension.
It's a hold.
It's a
because
hold.
it's going to come back. I hope.
We hope.
We hope. So now working on this, now we have the Twitter ban, which is currently holding down a lot of businesses in Nigeria. We don't want to talk about the effect it has already had in, you know, small businesses in Nigeria. So what's the way forward for individuals like this?
Okay, so I think I like the fact that you started from what I said earlier on, the PESU. So when you look at that, it's also like a table. So it shows political. What is the political state of this country or state or local government we are setting up in? Impact. How does it impact our business if there's any change?
How do we move forward?
Then we now have the last column that talks about how do we prepare ourselves ahead for it. Now, any social media in the world is like building your dream house on a rented land. Listen again. You've always dreamt of staying in Banana Island, and you have the money. You know how much a plot goes for in Banana Island right now? And you have gotten the money to build a wonderful 5-bedroom duplex, fully fitted, automated house.
50 million followers.
Then you ended up building it on a rented on a rented land. All the landlord has to do one day is wake up and say, sorry, I don't want you on my land again.
Anymore.
Carry your house and take it to another place. Is it possible? So for everybody out there, if you have a business that you have a huge following on social media, it doesn't matter how small. Your house is on your rented land. You need your own land. And that is where email marketing comes into play. How strong is your email marketing game? But you know, when the age of show-offs, everybody wants to show
how many people can you show
how big they are on social media, number of followers, and things like that. So because of that, email is hard work. It's dirty work. It's like working in the trenches.
Yes.
So it's not fun, it's not sexy, it's not interesting.
And it's not
It's not as interactive anyway, so you don't see people's reaction immediately.
But the good thing about it is, if you have 1,000 people on your email list, those are your people. You have their email. If you take it a notch higher, maybe you even, after you've gathered trust from them, you got their phone number. They're your customers.
What it on?
But those people you have on social media, they are never yours.
Wow.
As long as you're using it, keep on using it. Even if the government does not ban it, Uncle Mark can move anyhow one day. Just sleep and wake up and say, you know what? We don't want to serve Nigeria again. What do you do?
Well, you make a very valid point. So let's go back to what guarantees business success. We have talked about business plan. You've talked about using the internet. But what are other traits? You're a business consultant, and I would want to assume that you can appreciate the difficulty of people understanding what you do. Now, where is the place of SMEs using business development services? And by that I mean legal services, your consulting services. Is that forming a part of, does that not contribute to the success of a business?
Okay, so they said if you want to go on a journey fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with someone. Now I have the third part I added to it. If you want to go far and fast, go with someone that has traveled that road before.
A mentor.
Now, and that's where mentor comes in. Now, but not everybody can have access to mentors. It's difficult. They don't have time. It's not a paid job. And that's why some people have, that is their job, to walk you through these things. But in our part of the world, we don't like seeking help. That's the truth of the matter. We don't like seeking help. That's why there's a stigma on people who seek help. I saw Shola. Shola was going to this church to ask for help.
You're right. You're totally right.
Because of that stigma in other part of our lives, it has bred the culture of people believing I can do it myself. And it's actually worse even among the men. The women are actually better. I can tell you that 80 to 90% of our clientele base are women. And I tell people for a fact that in the next 5-10 years, you're going to see more businesses from women thriving, because they have understood that if you want to go far and fast, go with someone that knows the way. And that is what many people need to incorporate. Now I understand it's not an easy terrain, especially with social media out there, where everybody can just open an Instagram account and become a coach. Everybody is a coach, everybody is a consultant.
I was going to come to that, but
so it's very difficult to get what you want out there. But what I would tell you is, forget the fluff, forget the noise, forget the thrill, forget the paparazzi. When you actually meet somebody that will help your business, you will know. We have all been built with that character. We have been built with that gift. You will know someone that can be of help to you. Don't throw away that gold because it looks rough. And by that I mean, you see that follower, 1,000 followers, no. You can't help my business. Followership is not the metric for success.
Wow.
Followership is not the metric for expertise.
Very true.
So you need to be able to take away the chaff. And again, remember I said business owner, one of the fundamental things you'll be doing is solving problems.
Yeah.
Solving problems. And one of the things of solving problem is being able to identify that this is the person that will help my business. And I need to get them aboard. And back to the question you asked about the very important thing I would advise our business owners to start with. Even if you cannot afford professionals to work with you on your business plan, you can start from as little as what we call a business model. What is the business model I want to run? Just 9 components. Answer those 9 questions. And ask yourself every month end. And you would be in a different place. If you give me the permission, I'll mention those 9 components.
Okay, please do. Quickly do.
Okay. So the first thing is your value proposition. Your value proposition is asking the question of, what am I offering to my customers? Now, let me be clear to you. Your makeup artist does not offer, the value of what she offers to you is not makeup. Makeup is the vehicle through which she delivers the value. The value of what she delivers to you.
It's me looking pink.
Is not even pink, is actually confidence.
Wow.
She helps you to boost your confidence because you come to the stage not feeling like, oh, that pimples that was on my face yesterday is there again. No, somebody is seeing a flaw on my face.
Okay.
So you talk with confidence, you enter a room and feel like I'm turning heads.
Wow.
So you need to understand what exactly is the value I offer to my client. You're a real estate agent, so you think selling house is your value proposition. No, helping people get the desired home they need. Helping people feel comfortable about their life, to be able to live out their life. That's your value. So understand your value proposition. Then the question of who do I sell to, customer segmentation. You come back to, who are my customers? Where are they? What are their segments? What are the attributes that I can group together? Then you come back to the question of, what are the channels I will use to deliver my value to my customers? Am I using digital? Am I using store? Am I using wholesalers? Am I using retailers? Am I using distributors? Am I using affiliate marketers? Then you answer the question of customer relationship. How do you want to relate with your customers? Do you want to have on a one-on-one basis, a mass approach, one-sided conversation? This is a very robust thing that we can discuss over there and will not be done today.
Yeah.
That's number 4. Then you talk about your key partners. You cannot do it alone.
Good.
Business is never alone. It's a community. So who do you need to be successful?
Okay.
Write it out. Be very clear about it. People that if they mess up today, your business is in problem. So you're a restaurant owner, you know that food suppliers, raw material suppliers are your key partners. If they mess up in the quality of the goods they give to you, you have problem with the quality of your food.
Totally.
What are the key activities you do? So many business owners major on the minor and then the minor on the major. So because everybody is posting on social media, you think posting on social media is your key business activities. So when they ask you, at the end of the day, what is the key thing you have done today? I posted on social media. Then I will ask you the question of, as the chief sales officer of your business, how many people have you prospected today? How many meetings have you had today?
Okay.
How many follow-ups have you done today? How many goods have you produced today? Have you gone through your inventory to know what is lacking? Then you come to your key resources. In order for your business to succeed, there are some key things you need that if you don't have those things, you know that you're in trouble. You need to understand your key resources.
Okay.
Then you come to your costing. What are the cost centers for your business? What are the things that take money out of your pocket regularly? You need to be able to preempt it, know it ahead, estimate it ahead. Then you now come to your revenue streams, where I like the juicy spots. In this economy today, you hear people saying you need to have multiple streams of income.
It's a popular saying.
It's a popular saying. But
You
I say
feel
as a
guilty for not
business
having
owner, your business should have multiple revenue streams. So you need to, and that is one of the hardest things for business owners to think.
Diversification.
How can my business make money from just one thing? So your business owner, you are selling products. Can you sell a service?
Together
Can
with
you
the
sell a
product.
course?
Yeah.
Can you do something else? Can you offer a follow-up service? So these 9 components, if you sit down and honestly you answer those 9 questions, and then you ask yourself again at the end of every month,
Your
where
success rate.
am I still on track? What is missing? Then you have started on a long journey of making your business successful. Remember I said
It's
it's
a
not a sprint. It's not an 100-meter dash. It's a marathon.
Wow. Okay.
I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah. So I saw you really writing.
Yes, I needed it.
But let's just take this comment from a viewer. It says, thank you for this program. When and where do you hold your training? Kindly furnish me too with the duration and cost. So I think you might want to drop your Instagram handle or your email so that the viewers can reach you.
Okay, so across every social media channel, my social media handle is uniform, is Abayomi Adewumi. Adewumi without the N. Adewumi without the N. Or if you're very Adewumi without the N, Abayomi Adewumi without the N. Or if you on Instagram, just type in business plan. I'm sure my name will come out.
And he has optimized it. that is SEO working for you there. He has optimized it. And I do like all that you have given us. So we've taken from it.
Business model really resonates.
Business model, business plan, but most of it action, being the planning and the process.
Yes.
Obviously, money is very key.
Yes.
But if you were going to, if I give you 1 minute to say, really, briefly summarize all that you have done, what would you say would see if you do these things, that journey that you're taking, it will be easier?
Okay. Sorry, I cannot make it into one thing.
So no, I said 1 minute.
1 minute.
Yes.
Okay, essentially, you need to understand that business, for every day, what gives you the right to wake up and call yourself an entrepreneur and not just a trader? Trader and not an entrepreneur. A trader just buys and sells. A trader trades his time for money. A trader trades his resources for money. An entrepreneur sits down and solves problems on a daily basis. So what gives you that right to wake up and say, I am the CEO, I'm the business owner of so and so limited, is that you sit down daily and you wake up and you say, what is the next problem to solve? If you can really sit down and ask yourself that sincere question, you are on the road to dominate your industry, dominate your nation, dominate your locality, and be relevant globally. Ask yourself the right questions daily.
Okay, so I would let Isi, because we're going to round up, but Isi was just, I need to ask one more question. So let me satisfy Isi.
Just one time.
Let me satisfy Isi.
What's the role of self-mastery in your area or your niche?
Please, let's make it 30 seconds. Thanks.
What's the role?
So self-mastery, just like every other part, is, like I tell people, how you do one thing is how you do other things. So there's no, this is my business side, this is my personal life. So the way you do self-mastery elsewhere also is, it's a journey. Like I said, nobody has a blueprint to it. You wake up every day and you ask yourself the critical question, where was I yesterday? Where am I today? There's one very popular quote that says, the competition is not with the other person, nor is it with the other business owner. The competition is with your yesterday's self. So you have to wake up every day and think, what did I do right yesterday? How can I optimize it better? What did I do wrong yesterday? How can I make it better today?
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abayam. If I've not learned anything else, is the fact that business planning is a process. So what really guarantees success is that journey that you're taking and re-evaluating it. So you just can't write a business plan and then you say, okay, this is the Bible, we'll be following it. Because the market changes and because, you know, conditions and economic conditions changes, you have to constantly review that. Thank you so very much for gracing us with your presence today.
Thank you for
and your
having
knowledge. And please, if you invite you, please come again.
Oh, definitely.
Please come again. But before we go, do ensure that you follow us on Instagram at PlusTvAfrica. You can interact with us further. Please drop a comment, and most importantly, we are planning a huge giveaway just to say thank you for watching and believing in Waze brand and following the conversation. So do well to follow us on Instagram at PlusTvAfrica. Like, share, comment, and invite your friends and family to watch us and follow us. If you missed today's quote, here it is again. Building a successful business model isn't about changing your company based on every bit of feedback. It's about understanding who to listen to and why. You have heard it and he has said it. So see you on Monday as we bring to you another great conversation. Cheers.